I'm Jim Nichols with Volvo Cars. I'm standing in front of the 2019 XC40. It's a new subcompact SUV from XC40 on our new CMA platform. And if you really see the nose, the front of the vehicle, it has a slightly more aggressive tone than what we've seen in our XC60 and XC90, but still some characteristics that are very Volvo. Most notably are Thor's hammer headlamps, and also, of course, the iron mark and slash mark along the front grille. This car comes starting with a T5, that's a turbocharged engine, all-wheel drive at about 248 horsepower. And the most interesting aspects of it, though, are really inside the car with some of the smart storage, so we'll go take a look at that now. Throughout the car, we have a lot of different functions with a real focus on space and the clever use of space. So in the center tunnel here, we have a wireless charging. You simply just leave your cell phone and you're able to get wireless charge. We also have other features such as a trash bin, because we found that mostly in this segment a lot of people tend to carry a lot of items with them and they wind up with a lot of refuse. And even in the center tunnel here, we have space for a regular sized tissue box. Because again, after doing the customer research, we found that people usually had a tissue box floating around somewhere in the car and then often not really a place to be able to throw them away. Other smart storage solutions include outside door panels where typically you would have a speaker. We had developed a fresh air woofer underneath the dash. So we're able to open up all of that space within the side door for more storage to either put tablets, large drinks, laptops, and things like that. And then finally, really just kind of looking at the overall design of the vehicle with a much more youthful, exuberant type of execution with this kind of concaved in inlay with this vertical grid. It's a much more technical execution than classically what we have seen in Volvos. And really that combined with the other materials like the lava carpet really provide a unique stance on an interior of a car. So one of the focus is the smart use of space and really reducing clutter in the cabin of the car. So we talked about space that's available in the door bins, but also some hidden areas of space like a small drawer that's underneath the front seat. We also have additional pockets here along the side and even spaces to store things like parking passes and credit cards that are just underneath the dash here. The little things that tend to collect in a car, but now we've made sure that there's a space for almost everything. We became very famous with our XC90 and XC60 with the development of our center touchscreen, which we call the Sensus Connect. So with this, we've been able to take that technology from the larger cars down to the smaller cars, which is very unusual for cars in this segment. This tablet works very much like a consumer tablet in that you're able to swipe to either side, either to access vehicle functions or to access apps. We do open up our OS system so that other companies like Google Search, Yelp, Park and Play, Pandora, and Spotify are able to specifically design applications to use within the vehicle. And then of course we also have the same functions that you have as a consumer tablet as far as zooming both in and out, and of course Apple CarPlay and Android Auto become standard. What you have here is something that's also very rare in the segment, which is a full digital gauge cluster. So that's a 12-inch gauge cluster that is available. And of course, with a leather-wrapped steering wheel, just like what you experience in our larger cars, you have the accessibility for almost every function in the vehicle via voice and via thumb wheels that are right here. In the R-Design feature, the trim level, you also have the optional shift paddles. So at the rear of the XC40, we of course have our signature Volvo taillights, but really what's interesting is the storage capacity in the rear. For a subcompact SUV, it has some of the class-leading storage space and also smart storage space as well. Most notable is the folding rear floor. So you're able to simply fold it up, have a complete shelf in the back for parcels, and even the hinge levers here serve as areas that you can hang things like grocery bags on. We also have this underfloor storage that's available. And finally, this full cover here is able to actually be removed and then folded underneath. So instead of actually putting this in your garage like most customers do, there's actually a place in the vehicle to store it. We spoke with customers a lot that talked about what their desires were for car ownership. Of course, we have traditional sale, traditional lease, which is still available in the XC40, but we've been hearing about how customers would like the convenience of having all of the services wrapped into one rate and be able to select a vehicle online. And so with the XC40, we had the opportunity to do this through some of our new digital expansion technologies. And we also felt that the customer for this car was much better suited for this type of subscription lifestyle. Care by Volvo is currently available for the XC40. We are interested in expanding it to other models at a later time. So what happens after 24 months is you have the option of returning the vehicle. Of course, if you choose to buy the vehicle, that will be available to you as well, but typically you would return the vehicle. What's nice about the Care by Volvo program is it's very similar to what we see right now with consumer devices like cell phones. You're in a 24-month commitment, but after 12 months in the program, if you wish to upgrade the vehicle or change the vehicle, you have the opportunity to do that and then restart a 24-month commitment. It is a subscription model, so you subscribe to the cars and the services and the accessibility of the car, even though you do have ownership, just like you would have under a lease program. What happens then is you can simply turn the car back, or you could subscribe to another car, or you could go to another brand. The whole basis is for easy access and entry into a vehicle, but also easy exit out of a vehicle once the term is completed. Right now in the XC40 we are launching out part of the key sharing program via an app which could be downloaded on an iPhone or on an Android device. And so essentially what you have is you have trusted members of your family or friends that you would invite in, and then you're able to share a digital key with them. So now let's say you're going away for a week and you want to allow your friend to use your car. You can send them a digital key. They would be able to unlock the vehicle with their cell phone, drive it as they normally would, then return the car. Their access would either expire or they would turn the key back over. And rather than sharing physical keys and throwing them back and forth, now you can all do it just through an app.